Welcome back to another episode of School of Airway. Interesting case. Sickest patient at the end of my shift cleaning up. New patient shows up complaining of shortness of breath. Happening over the last few days, but worse today. Interesting enough, she admits to doing some coke. She drinks every day. I don't think her nutritional status is poor. Very thin. This lady, if she was healthy, she probably weighed 60 kilos. She looked like she weighed 40. Very thin, emaciated, was awake. I was just, why does this patient look so bad, so sick? Looked dry as a bone, lips were cracked. I was like, Watching. VBG was done. Try to figure out why she's breathing so fast. Interesting enough, I've noticed epochs, eye stats, stat ABG lights. If your heart and lungs are very healthy, it's amazing how a VBG almost looks identical. Almost identical to the VBG. But when you get older and your heart starts tiring out and your lungs start tiring out and your perfusion, like hypotension, is going on, that's when I start wondering, I don't think those gases are going to be the same. And I try to avoid saying that the VBG is almost like the ABG. Maybe for DKA or something, following it up after initial treatment, just to monitor their SATs. Their electrolyte abnormalities, bicarb, pH status, right? COABGs or VBGs on people with COPD. It hurts. I believe it. It hurts when you do constant ABGs. But this patient was interesting. She became like a mud pile, or this new thing people talk about CAT, congenital abnormalities, aminoglycosides, toluene. I think something from huffing. Methanol. She was drinking alcohol according to her family and friend next to her. I don't think she was desperate drinking methanol. I think the stuff you use to wipe things down, was it wiper cleaners? Windshield wipers? Or is it the stuff you use to rubbing? I think rubbing off alcohol is isopropyl ethanol alcohol. So, interesting enough, methanol didn't make sense. Check osms. Uremia. Hey, you gotta check for a regular labs because epoch, ISTAT doesn't pick that up. I'm like, whoa, she looks akipnic, doesn't look well, bolus of fluid. The prior team also gave her some benzos. They thought some of her shortness of breath with no chest pain was related to the cocaine. They gave some, and heart rate stayed persistent 140s. No hypotension, interesting enough. People could also say, it's sepsis. Lactate was normal. Borderline normal. 2 or 3. Not real high. Alright. She was perfusing. You could feel a pulse. She did look shitty. Crappy. Cap reflux intact. She was more awake earlier. After the Ativan, even though they gave it for cocaine, possible cocaine side effects, a little lethargic. I think she didn't look well to begin with, and this Ativan made her look way more lethargic than I wanted to. Alright? So, my pause, right? Crazy gas, right? Look. pH 6.9. PCO2 of 15. She's trying to blow off. There's the bicarb. 4. This ain't respiratory failure from CO2 retention that's causing this. This is her with metabolic acidosis trying to compensate and doing a bad job at that. Alright? Like, okay. CAT my piles. So you really gotta wait for labs to come back. DKA. People don't talk about it. It's AKA. There's something called SKA. And then theoretically there could be something called hyperemesis gravidarum, which is basically other versions. All of these 3 here are basically versions of starvation ketoacidosis. Alright, too many ketones, paleo diet, crash course, eating too much fat and meats and no carbs, too pregnant. Well, you're pregnant and you're not tolerating any PO and you're starting to starve. You're starving because what? All your LDH is alcohol dehydrogenase was just used up all the alcohol you binged a few days ago. Or DKA. But guess what? The finger stick was 143. 143. Not likely. The lowest I've seen is 220 or 250 finger sticks for DK. 140, yeah, right. Same diabetes, right? Piles, iron pills, right? INH. So unless you take supplements or decided you take someone else's supplements and overdose on it, you can do alcohol, iron levels. You can do an X-ray of the abdomen. Hopefully all that elemental iron pills will show up on the KUB. The CAT scan, a glorified super duper X-ray, iron levels. INH is hard to have. You can go be cachectic, but if you're not being treated for TB, hard to get access to INH, right? HIV people, patients who are immunosuppressed, people don't, they're the ones who get TB. Very rarely, unless you're a healthcare professional or being around a lot of people who have TB, but TB plus treatment or access to INH, not that easy to come by. Right? PALS. L, lactic acidosis. You could have a little bit. I don't think it's persistent lactic acidosis causing all this. Right? E, ethanol, ethylene glycol. Again, get your alcohol level, rule that out. Oops. Got P. Like piles. Right. P means acetamol or acetaminophen, as people you say it in other countries. Butanol level. Fen, no longer on market. What the other P was. Alright. So going back, alcohol level, get one. She's a chronic alcoholic at the age of 23. Ethylene glycol, measure osms, right? Make sure there's an ion gap. And the S, salicylate levels. Aspirin is very accessible in many forms. Cream, ointments, taking it by mouth, right? It's accessible, measure for it. Can actually lead to a mixed gas picture. So something's wrong here, right? Especially if she looks lethargic and is tachypnic but not hypoxic. There's an instinctive thing to do. She needs to be intubated for every protection. So if I had intubated her with RSI, paralyzed her, mind you, she's breathing 30-40 a minute on her own. And breathing 30-40 minutes on her own is leading to this. If I failed to intubate her and paralyze her diaphragm, and that's the only thing preventing her pH from dropping to 6.7 or 6.6, you have to have a cardiac arrest. So I would actually advocate, the awake intubation. If you don't know how to do that, sedation only. Right? Heart rate 140, people kind of squeamish about ketamine. You give etomidate. Full dose, give it to her, get the paralytic ready, you get the tube in, and connect it to the vent. Either use a VL blade or DL blade. The best technique, what you're best at. Not what you suck at. Let's go try what you're best at. If you want to, get a bougie to make sure you don't lose that airway. Since it's an awake intubation, she may gag, she may get bronchospasm, right? Our laryngeal reflexes up there in the airway are intact. I don't care what drug you use. Right? Sedation only, that's what happens. Right? She was ramped up, got the tube in, and you got to talk to your respiratory therapist. And guess what? If he's not around, you actually get your vent and bag quickly if the vent's not set up and you forgot about it. Bag as fast as she was breathing. Right? For tidal volume is 6 to 8. Use one hand, please. Don't over bag her. Right? Over bagging her will just get the CO2 to 10. You want to drop it down to 5. The pH may improve, but I don't think she can tolerate that much. She's tenuous, very sick. A bicarb drip treats your ego. Does it really treat this patient? Find the disease and fix it. Imagine this, if this is all she has. Sugar water. This is the only one that needs insulin and fluids and potassium supplementation as needed. These other 3 causes of some type of starvation, ketoacidosis, especially people who've been fasting or vomiting and not taking PO. dextrose, the saline, B5-HFNS. You may not think it. Cheap test, urine. Check for ketones. Cheapest test. Oh no, we'll do a beta hydroxybutyrate. Back in my day, we did ketones. So the ketones were positive, sometimes they were negative. And they would give you ratios, 1-to-1, 1-to-6, and how diluted it was. Right? The more diluted it was, you're like, wow, still present. Right? That's how prevalent, how much acidosis from ketones there was. Right? You cut it once or twice and it disappears. The ketones aren't that high. Make sense? Less than a day, her pH goes to 7.3. Just dextrose. B5-HFNS. And luckily she did not die from doing some crazy shit like RSI. She didn't look like a difficult, but you never know. And her vent setting was set at 30, 6 cc's per kilo. She looked like 40, so her tidal volume was like 280, 300. Peep of 5. Oxygenation was never an issue. And of course, she was admitted to the ICU. And she's living now. Now she has to deal with her issues with drinking, poor nutrition, crack habit, crackhead, with alcohol abuse. Not a good combination for good nutritional status. So she may come back again if she doesn't change her ways. But for now, she's alive. Because of us. And we didn't kill her. No, we helped her. Please come back for another episode of School Airway. Sorry for being verbose today. Please come back. Would be appreciated. Bye.